All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, last year we saw the Atlanta Braves get off to a slow start before getting hot, coming down the stretch of the regular season and into the playoffs en route to winning the World Series. And this year we've seen the Braves follow a similar pattern. Of course, we're not as deep into the year as we were last year before the Braves got it going, but their 23 and 27 start this season made you wonder if Atlanta was dealing with a World Series hangover. But just like it was last summer, the slow start by the Braves has been forgotten. As following their extra innings loss to the Arizona Diamondbacks on May the 31st, Atlanta has not tasted defeat. The Braves have won their last 14 games as they are now 10 games over 500 with a record of 37 and 27. And in the process, Atlanta has trimmed the lead of the first place New York Mets in the National League East down to just 4.5 games. You think about this streak that the Braves are on, and they've done it by beating the teams that they are supposed to beat, as Atlanta on this current hot streak that they are on has not faced a team with a winning record. They won the series finale against the Arizona Diamondbacks. After that, they swept the Colorado Rockies. They swept the Oakland Athletics. They swept the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then they swept the Washington Nationals. And now the Braves, as we speak, are getting ready to take the field in a matter of minutes against another team with a sub 500 record in the Chicago Cubs, as they're set for a 3-game series at Wrigley this coming weekend. You think about the Braves right now, the return of Ronald Acuna Jr., and of course, he was lost midway through last year. And with that said, you know, some of us, myself included, expected the Braves to take a step back, but that wasn't the case as they rallied, answered the bell, and teams like the Philadelphia Phillies and New York Mets faltered in the NL East, which left the door open for the Braves to win that division, get to the playoffs, and then, of course, the rest is history. But this year, Acuna Jr., he did not begin the year with the team. He was still rehabbing, but he's back. And now he's starting to regain the form that made him one of the National League's most exciting players. You think about the hitting of Dansby Swanson and Austin Riley. And of course, once upon a time, Dansby Swanson was a first overall pick by the Diamondbacks, was, basically the D backs gave up on him. He's found new life with the Braves. He's always been a solid glove man at shortstop, and now the bat is really coming into play this year for him as he's hitting close to 300. Austin Riley, power wise, has picked up right where he left off from last year, and he's on pace to hit 40 home runs this year for the Braves. Pitching wise, Atlanta has a third best team ERA in the National League at 3.70, and it's led by starting pitchers Max Fried and Kyle Wright, who each have sub 3 ERAs. You think about Kenley Jansen, who was forgotten about by the Los Angeles Dodgers in free agency. The longtime Dodger has now found a new home with the Braves. And in 21 save opportunities so far this year for Atlanta, he has been able to convert 18. Brian Snitker, the manager of the Braves, he continues to push the right buttons for this team. As the Braves, for a team that was faltering earlier on, they've gotten it together at the right time. Now, you ask yourself, what are the chances of the Braves being in first place at the All-Star break? There's a possibility, being that they've been able to make up some ground, obviously, on the Mets. But with that said, at some point, the Braves will cool down. The Mets have still been playing solid baseball in spite of their own injuries that they're dealing with. Of course, they were able to just take 2 out of 3 at home versus the Milwaukee Brewers. But at some point, the Mets are going to get healthy and they're going to get going as well. So if you're the Braves, you really can't take your foot off of the throttle. You look at it right now, upcoming for the Braves, they have the 3 this weekend in at Wrigley against the Cubs. They're home this coming week for 4 with the San Francisco Giants. And of course, the Giants are not on pace to win more than 100 games like they were last year. but they are still a very formidable team in the National League. That's going to be followed up by three at home versus the Dodgers, and then three on the road versus the Philadelphia Phillies, who've been playing some good baseball following the firing of manager Joe Girardi. So you look at it right now for the Braves. Obviously, the level of competition is going to get tougher, but their recent hot streak has put them right back into contention in the National League East. The Mets are not going away in this division. Of course, the Mets were in first place for the majority of the year last year. I think the Mets are a better team this year, from manager all the way down to their roster. And because of that, they are definitely going to be in contention. But with that said, the Braves cannot let their foot off of the throttle. This 14-game win streak has got them right back in contention. And I think this is going to be a solid race coming down the stretch of the regular season. Yes, we still have not gotten to the All-Star break. Still haven't hit the month of July yet. But I think the storylines are very intriguing for both the Braves and Mets in the National League East. I think this is setting up to be a good race. And let's just see how far the Braves can keep this hot streak going that they've currently find themselves on. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.